mentioned that we saw a flat performance coming through last week, but the fact of the matter is, over the last 2 weeks, the Botswana market has been doing quite badly. We've seen quite a bit of negativity coming to the fore. This is despite the fact that most financials have been releasing results. Is this then a view that perhaps some of the results have disappointed and this is what's dragging the markets down, or is there other factors at play here?
I believe actually that's the biggest reason why we saw 2 weeks of poor performance in the market, because some of the results in the banks were not really very, very good, especially Standard Chartered Bank.
Well, let's delve into some of the results that we have seen. And let's kick off with the likes of Barclays. We saw the likes of profit before tax increasing by 11%, impairments down 20%. That said, we've got the cost to income ratio improving marginally to 39, but that perhaps still being a little bit of issue going forward. With the likes of Barclays and such strong results as well, the outlook does remain relatively difficult. How do you see these playing out?
Well, the outlook does remain relatively difficult, as you say. We have seen, in fact, the bank has reduced its loan book by about approximately 4.4% because of, working on the lending criteria. If you remember, we just came out of a difficult trading season especially for the retail client. So it makes sense that indeed a bank like Barclays, which has historically been growing its loan book very, very fast, can of course take a move like reducing the loan book by 4.4%. So indeed, the outlook is a mixed one.
With regards to the banks, I mean, what would your preferred play be? I mean, Barclays, as we mentioned, quite strong results. We also had Standard Chartered Bank that was out with results as well. And we also saw a relatively strong performance that came to the fore for Standard Chartered. Which would be your preferred play when it comes to these two banks?
Well, definitely Barclays will stand as my preferred bank. If you recall, actually, in January, we sent out a report on Barclays, and our fair value was around $6.45, and we recommended a buy. And it's currently trading, as at last week Friday, closed the market at $5.80. So we still believe there is some value on Barclays. On Standard Chartered Bank, we released a research report just a few days, actually, I think a week before last, just before they released their results. And we had recommended a hold on it because it's currently trading at around 8.45 tebe, but our fair value was around 9.27 tebe. We are very worried about Standard Chartered Bank's loan book. It's not growing, and even their fee and commission income from the latest results was flat, But even though, if you see Barclays on the other side, even though they did not grow their loan book for this period, we are not very worried about that. Their fee and commission income, on the other hand, was very, very impressive.
Let's delve into another company that was out with results, not in the financial space, more in the hospitality space, the likes of Cresta. We saw an 18% increase on rooms. That resulted in an increase of revenue of 12.6%. Average rooms sales as well, that increased by 7%. Going forward, the company does say that they want to increase the numbers even further. Do you think that it can be done?
It can be done, but Cresta has had its challenges in the most recent past. One of those was actually the salaries and wages negotiations, which were very, mad with problems. At one point, the employees even went on a strike. The union went on a strike, but they were able to avert a catastrophe, and the employees were actually given around a 10.5% increase, and they went back to work. In fact, the increase was actually resulted in a 10.5% increase in wages and salaries expenses. Now, the other thing is they have just started, sometimes around July last year, they started implementing the new rentals of hotels from the Botswana Development Corporation. And so those rentals increased the expenses approximately 3.5 million pula. So going forward, we still believe they can increase the numbers, but the business is experiencing minor challenges here and there, at least at the moment.
Mothibi, in terms of what we'll see in the coming week, where are you putting your money right now? I mean, we saw BHL doing really well last week, despite the fact that all the negativity came to the fore. We've got Letshego set to come out with results, not in the coming week, but it is one of the stocks under the spotlight. What would your play be, given all the negativity over the last 2 weeks?
I think I'll continue to watch Barclays Bank and Letshego. They are amongst the financials. They are the most interesting for me. And there is also on the security side, there is G4S Botswana, which is A small company, but very interesting profitability there. It's doing very well. It's one company that I like looking at very much. And Fenmart as well. They are also a company which is growing at a rate that I am very interested in.